Welcome everyone to Casual Friday. It's Gary Robillard here with my co-pilot Jared. I hope you're having a great day. Hey Jared, did you like the Matrix intro? Oh, can't hear you, bud. You're muted. You're still muted. You might have to go out and come back in again. You must have touched something. Anyways, Jared's behind the scenes. He's got a little glitchy thing going on there where if he touches anything, he gets muted. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, here he's back in. Are you there, Jared? Or do I have you muted? No, I don't have you muted. We're having Jared, the old co-pilot, he's here, but he can't talk to us. anyways, what would a live stream be without some glitches? Anyways, hope you guys are having a great day. We had a lot of people when we sent out the email this morning bounce back. So some people are taking an extra long weekend. Good for you. If you were one of those ones that were taking an extra long weekend, fantastic. Enjoy. Hopefully the weather's nice. It's not nice here in Alberta. It's raining, which is okay. We could use the moisture. We're happy about that. But typically people go camping on the May long weekend, and it either rains or it snows. It's one or the other, at least here. Hopefully where you're at, it's not so bad. Maybe you got some nice weather if you're back east. But here, yeah, snow or rain, usually on the long weekend. Anyways, today what we're going to do is we're going to be covering some templates. We're going to be covering something that I see a lot of, and it's kind of funny because somebody will be showing me, how they're doing a particular thing, and 9 times out of 10, I'll see people taking an existing document that they sent to a client, repurposing that, bringing in the document, changing the name and the company and the address and other stuff in there, and I'm going, oh man, don't you know about templates? So I figured, hey, it's about time that I show about templates, because if you're doing anything repetitious, if you're doing any kind of documents or emails that are the same form factor and you're doing them repetitiously, oh man, you need to templatize those documents. And so we're going to show you how to set templates up. Now, I hope my audio is not too loud here. It seems like it's peaking out, so I turn it down just a little bit for you. Hopefully that helps. All right, so let's go over to my other screen, and we're going to dive into this. All righty. Okay, so, and by the way, before we go into this, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's great to see people subscribing, and when you subscribe, you'll be on the list when it pops up. You should get notified, and you may want to click on the notification bell too, because that will help with it. So yeah. Subscribe, click that notification button, and then you'll get notified when we go live, just in case, because sometimes, I'm not going to do a live stream and then I go, yeah, right at the last minute, yeah, I got a little energy, I think I'm going to do it, and I'll go live. And we do get those people who are subscribed and notified, they get that message right away. All right, let's see, here we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go through how to do documents and templates. And if you have any comments or questions as we're going through, post them up and we'll get to them. Let's see here. We're going to go over here to the right drop-down menu. So let me kind of give you the lay of the land, first of all, before we go and create some templates. Give you the lay of the land. Now, I'm working in version 24. If you're working on an older version, there were some little glitches and bugs, which I'm not going to cover in here because we're on version 24. And 24, they've got those fixed and it works works great. Really happy with it. But they had a few glitches with some of the other ones where when you go in to save it, it didn't save properly and different things like that. But version 24 is working awesome. So if you haven't got version 24, contemplate maybe moving to it. All right, so under the right drop-down button, I'm just going to show you a few things that you want to be careful of. First of all, if it says here, email message, all that's doing is doing this. It's just launching Outlook email. That's all it's doing. So nothing fancy. There's no merging involved. I'll close that off. So if you go right, this one will merge when it says email merge. And this is great for doing any testing before you send out maybe can't even talk, an email mail merge, say that 100 times twice. And you want to send out an email merge and you want to test it before you send it out, because when you do a mail merge, which I'll get into, when you do a mail merge and it's an email mail merge, you don't get to view it before it goes out. It's like sending something to the printer. It just goes. I learned that the hard way years ago. Had to pull the cord out of the wall because it was sending emails out by mistake. And then just below that, you've got 3 templates that are set up: letter, memo, and fax. And you can edit those. And in a future live stream, I'll show you how you can edit these drop-down lists. There's a cool way to edit those, and I'll show you how to do that. But right now, those are the 3 that you've got. And so if I wanted to do a letter, this is the one out of the box. It's going to merge with Microsoft Office. And it's not going to pop up all the time. It's just going to go like that. And so this is kind of the template that they set for that. And they've got one for memo and they've got one for fax as well. Now the next one down, new document. This is the same as the email. When you click on the email, it just creates an email. When you create new document, that's all it's going to do, is it's going to create a new document. You can see it flashing down at the bottom there, and it just creates a new document. That's all it does. So those ones are pretty much useless. I wouldn't use them. So you've got in here, right? This is kind of I'd take that off, and maybe in that future one I can show you how to take those off, because they're just taking up space. Same with this one. Now, the other one, we've got new letter email template. This is where you're going to create a template. So when you create a template, it can be used either for a hard copy document or it can be used for a email. So either one, it works both ways. And then if you want to edit a template, an existing template, you can use the edit template. And then we have the mail merge, which we'll cover at the end. All right, so let's go in and we're going to create one from scratch. That's what we're going to do first, is we're just going to create a document from scratch. So I personally don't do that. I usually open up another one and then save as and kind of go that route, just because I'm lazy and I want to speed it up when I'm creating templates. But let's just build one from scratch. So first one, new letter email template. So we're going to click on that. It's going to open Office or Word, Microsoft Word. Actually, I don't need to bring that up full screen. Let's just move this around a little bit and get rid of this navigation thing. Okay, and you probably have your layout, view yours with rulers and stuff like that. You can set yours up however you want to set yours up. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is format your document the way you want. Like I don't use normal. I'll use no spacing. That way I've got tighter control over the line spacing. And there's you may want to put a date stamp in there, different things you want to do, but let's just kind of wing it from here. And this is going to be just a basic one. So we're going to first of all put the heading part in here right away. So I'm going to do an email one first, and then we're going to do a document. So I'm going to just say hi space. Now I need a code. I need a merge code. So in order to get the merge codes, you need to go over to the Act drop-down menu here on the top, and then you've got a bunch of different things. Now I'll be totally honest with you. Attach to Act, record to history, send email, print and record. I don't really use these. I mean, you can use them. By all means, go for the gusto if you want to use those. The one I use is the show fields. All right. So you can use these other ones. This one just attaches when you've finished the document. It can attach it to the individual, but it puts it under the Documents tab. If you're using File Manager like I am, that's useless. Same with Record to History because it puts it in. I put it in File Manager, and then you can send an email. That's fine. That works good. And then print and record. That's fine too. Now, one little thing I should mention here. One of the things, and it's kind of like Outlook, and it's similar in the sense where, okay, I'm working on my home page where I've got all my structure, and then I got to jump over here, and then I got to jump back. Again, I'm lazy. I'm always looking for ways to make things a little bit easier. You'll see right here this quick access toolbar, and you can customize and put those buttons there as opposed to jumping over onto the drop-down menu. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go More Commands, and I'm going to change this down to the Act tab, and then I'm just going to move over, and I'm going to move this over by double-clicking. So I want to show fields. That's the first one I want, so I'm going to put that one there. I just double-clicked. And if you want now let's see, send email. Yeah, I'll use send email. Record to history. Print and record. Yeah, I'll use that one. So choose which ones you want, and you can double click or just go click on the thing and go add. It makes it easy. And then once you've done that, just press OK. And you'll see now you've got them up at the top. So this is the one that I would want to pull up. Just click on that, and up comes our merge codes. See that? And then you can X this out anytime you want and then bring it back. And then this one here will allow you to send it as an email, and this one will print and save in history. All right, so merge code. Let's go and click on our merge codes, and we're going to go down, and what do we want? First name, probably. Now, you're either going to use first name or salutation. I like to use salutation just for the simple fact, where's salutation? There you are. And all you have to do is click on it twice. You're going to want to go click, click, and that'll put that in there. Now, once you've done that, you've got to click into the, I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit. That kind of blends in with the white, so I'm just going to move that up here. Once you've entered in the merge code, you're going to want to click into the document to put your comma, your return, and then you're going to go put whatever body of email in there. And maybe you're not going to merge anything else other than the salutation at the top. But down at the bottom, this template is going to be used for other members of my team. So I want to put a signature down at the bottom. I'm just going to do a basic one for now, just so you get the idea. So I'm going to put thanks, comma, and then I'm going to change this from contact to my record. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in first name or salutation as well. Double click. There we go. Click back in the document, comma. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to press C to jump up. I'm going to go find contact. Put that in there. Enter. And then I'm going to go to company. Did I pass it? I must have passed it. Oh, it's called, yeah, it should be, in this one it's called household company. I forgot I'm in the, I am in the advisor template. So here it is, household company. And for most of you, it would be just company. And then I'm going to put email address. There we are. And you could put your phone number, whatever. So you can see in this one, the merge is coming from the contact. In this one, it's coming from my record, whoever is using the template at the time that they're doing this merge. So if Jared, for an example, was doing this, when he goes to do the merge, it would put his name in there. If I go to use the merge, it would put my name in there. So now that I've done that, I'm going to press OK. I'm going to save this document or this template, and I'm just going to press the Save button. You'll see down here, let's go more options, and we're going to go on Browse, and this is automatically going to take me to my templates folder. All right, so all you have to do is go Save, Browse, where you're going to put it, and it's going to automatically take you to your templates folder. There we are. And now you can give it a name, and it's going to save it as an ADT file, an ACT document template file. That's different than a doc file that you would normally do. So I'm just going to call this email test, email demo. All right. And just to make it easy, now you can see up here, you know, got 0, 1, 0, 2. You could use numbers to sort them higher up the food chain if you want, or the list chain, if you will. I'll just leave mine as email demo. Press save. Close that off. And then I'm going to go find Todd Miller, who's our go-to guy for our little demos. And so say I was going to send him out an email. So I could go in and click on the right here, and then I can go down to this one where I'm going to choose a specific template. If I was just going to do an email, I could just press the email here. It would just be a blank one, and then I could type out. But I want to use this template that has a bunch of stuff in it already. So I'm going to go up here to write, email message from template. And again, I just want to mention that if you're going to do a mail merge, this is the best way to test out your email to make sure it's formatted the way you want before you send it out. And then it's going to pull us up. There's my email demo. Double click. You can see it merging. Outlook's blinking. And I'm going to go yes, allow. And it didn't work. Okay, why didn't it work? All right, somebody's messing with me. Why didn't that? Oh, I wonder if, okay, well, let's just do a write for this one. So other documents so you can see how it looks. It might be, yeah, see, that's how it's supposed to look. I think what it is, folks, I've got this little thing since I did this update to Office where it's grabbing it before it goes, as you saw there, I had to allow it to go in, and I think that is stripping it out, and I just noticed that. Hey, Jared, if you wouldn't mind, I still see Jared's down there. If you wouldn't mind just writing a note down we need to bug Matt about that, because I've run into this with one more. Well, actually, on my main machine, I'm doing the same thing. But this is what it's supposed to look like when it does the merge. Let's just see if it works this time, because I've said it would be good for. Let's test this out here. No, I don't want to save this. All right. So right. I'm going to do merge demo. Okay, so what we're going to do is this allow thing. I'm going to say, yeah, allow for 10 minutes, allow. Okay, so that should fix the problem temporarily. Okay, so here we go, right. Merge. Demo. It's still stripping it out. Okay, we have a bug, folks. I haven't used this in a while, so I'll get back to you on this one for that merge. That is really bizarre and really odd. Let me try it one more time, and then we're going to move on, because we're really showing you how to use the templates. But I will next live stream, I'll have an answer for this. I'm going to try it one more time with a different template. I'm going to just use one of the ones that come with this. All right, let's see what happens. Well, that's not even coming up. Okay. All right. Oh, it's still working. It's still merging. All right, well, that's not performance. And this could only happen on a live stream, so we're just going to cancel that. We're going to actually close that down and restart it again. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Come on. Task manager. There we are. Let's end that task. See, even the ACT guys have ACT issues. And I should have tested that out before, but it's always worked. So why test it out, right? It's not a guy thing. Hey, it worked before. It should work now. All right, let's dive back in. We're going to work with the Word document because we know that one works. And I'll promise you, on our next live stream, I'll have that fixed, and I'll be able to explain to you why it did it and how to fix it. All right. And it may just be my machine. I don't know. All right, we're back in. Okay, so let's go back into here, and let's go in and we're going to edit a template now. So if I wanted to take that email one that I created and I want to make a Word document out of it, I can go into Edit Template. I can choose the one I want, open it up. It's going to bring this up in Word. And okay, I don't need that right now. So it can bring this up. Then what I could do is I could go, because this will be a Word document now, and I'll bring back my merge codes. I'm going to put in here company. In this case, it's household company, just because, where are you? There we are, household company. That's because we're using a different template. Let's move this out of the way. And so I got a company, and then I could do contact if I wish. And again, it's working with the individual. It's not working with mine. It's not like the salutation. And so we're going to go over here to contact. There we are. And then I can put in like address. Oh, I think that's business address. Or let's say home address. That might be easier. Home address 1, return home city, comma, space, home province. Come on. There we are. Space, postal code. All right, you get the idea. And you can use any field that is in the contact table. So all of these fields, and I've got lots in this demo database, any of these fields you can use to merge in. All right. And then so we're going to press, now I'm just going to get rid of that. Now, instead of just pressing save, which will overwrite the template that's in there, I'm going to go File, Save As, Browse. And now I can put this as letter demo. And it's still going to save it as an ADT file. Press save. Close it off. So now I'm going to go right. Instead of using this little template thing there, we're going to use other documents. And I'm going to scooch down here to letter demo. Oh, hang on. Let's cancel that. Let's go over to Todd Miller here first. Right, and we're going to go other document and letter demo. And there you go. You've got Todd Miller and Todd comma Miller, or Miller comma Todd and Christine. That's just the way we've got this set up onto the company. That's how the company record shows up. Todd Miller's got his address. Hi Todd. Body the email, thank you, Gary, and then it's got my return information on here. And again, if Jared was using this, or Matt was using this, or any of our other team members were using this, it would work the same way. All right, So the last thing, so that's how you go and edit it. I'm also going to show you when I circle back around on the next live stream. I'll take a few minutes, like I had mentioned, to show you how this will merge with the email, because that's an important one. I used that a lot before I started using ACK Marketing Automation. I use mainly ACK Marketing Automation now for all of my email blasts going out. I don't use the mail. The email template from there. I usually Jared. I think Jared may use that. I'm not sure, but we can't ask him because we've got this little bug where on this live stream he's muted. Jared, do you want to try just logging out for a sec and then come back in one more time? And fingers crossed, man, that you can get in, or you can get in, but we can actually hear you. All right, fingers crossed, everyone. It says you're in the green room. Why are you in the green room? You're not in the green room. I have no idea. Oh, there's why. Okay, now you can talk.
Oh, hello.
Oh, it was a new setting in this software we're using for in the software. There's a new setting in there that I didn't realize. I went, what the heck is this? Yeah, sorry, guys.
It said it muted me, even when I was unmuted.
Yeah, no.
Controls. So.
This is and they've been changing the software that I'm using to do this live stream. They've been changing stuff, and there's one of the things they changed. I actually had to. Anyways. Sorry, folks.
Fun times.
Sorry, Jared.
Oh well, it's the way it goes.
So, Jared, do you use this for templates? Don't you this right and you go down and use this, because I think you use this merge to and then pull in templates, don't you?
I usually do other documents, and then I can attach like a document
and create a PDF file.
Yeah, you can create other documents from templates, and then it. And then makes a Word document, and then you can always convert it into a PDF and send it off to people. That's usually what I do a lot.
Right.
That way you can edit it too. If you do email from template, works too, but for me, with more in like accounting and stuff, I'll do another document from template, and then I can review it, make changes in Word, and then export it as a PDF, and then attach it to the email and say, like, please sign this or whatever. So. Right. That's usually what I do for my.
So you're not using this either. So neither one of us, and I apologize, folks, neither one of us have used this for a little bit. So we will definitely get back to you on that, because I know I used to use it a lot, and I haven't for quite some time now. At least for the last two patches or updates for version 24.
I think it's because we're on the virtual desktop interface where we log in, and I think that's causing the more of the issue.
Oh, really?
That's my
that could be. Yeah, and just so you're aware what Jared's talking about, this is a virtual desktop environment. This isn't on a local machine, and it may be something in the permissions on the virtual desktop that maybe we're just not aware of. We'll blame Matt.
It does work typically on if you're not using sort of the VDI like we do, because I think it's just with the VDI that has a little bit of an issue sometimes when you email from template, because it's just a different
something
system.
Hanging in there. Okay, well we'll check into that. I'll check it. I'll test it with my local remote here, and then we'll try it with the VDI, and we'll have a solution for you, folks.
You could always do, other document from template and just copy and paste too. Sometimes that's nice too if you want to review it or make changes.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you do an email from template, you can just change it right in the body of the email after it populates it. So
right.
You can do it either way.
So let's just bring this in. So what Jared's suggesting is, get it all the way you want. It's already merged. Copy it, paste it into your email, and send it off. That is another way. It's an extra step.
Option.
I would rather you, if you had a chance, just to go and do the direct merge into the document, and then that way you can actually have one. This would be more for a document. I would strip this upper piece out here, for an email, and away you go. One of the other things you can do too, when you have a Word document, you can, if you've got existing documents right now that you want to, for lack of a better term, templatize, copy open up the Word document, copy it, and then go in, and I'm just not gonna save this. Then go in and create your template, right? So you can go new template, put your merge stuff in there, set up your format, get your margins set the way it was for that other document, and then paste your information in, put your merge codes where you want it, save it as a template wherever you want to save it. And then we can get, and then you're ready to go. So any existing documents, all I would do is open up the document, copy everything in there, have it check to see what your settings are for margins and line spacing, that sort of stuff. Then move over, paste it into a new one, put your merge codes in, and you're off to the races. One of the other things too, and Jared, we may need to look at this, and maybe I'm not sure if they changed this. They changed in version 24 the syncing protocols, going back, if you have a remote database, and syncing back and forth between the master database on the server wherever it's located and the existing one. And one of the things you couldn't do before was, when I go into other documents, you'll see here I've got some subfolders. Under my template folder, I have some subfolders, and they didn't sync. So you had to be live on the like a live link to the database to access these folders, because they didn't sync. We need to check this just to see, Jared, maybe if these folders now sync with this new syncing protocol that they just came out with a couple weeks ago with that update. It came out with the security update. When the security update came out, they added in some new syncing protocols. And this may sync now, so maybe we'll ask Matt. We'll bring that up on our next live stream as well to let you know if these sync. And if it does, this is great, because then you can set subfolders up for different individuals, like maybe accounting, and you've got different ones for accounting. So you're not having to scroll like in ours right now, the way ours was set up, because it didn't sync. Ours goes down for like a mile and a half, to go and find different templates. And it would be really cool, maybe to have a folder for sales, one for marketing, one for accounting, whatever. And then that way you can just drill down really quickly, and then you've got some other ones, and you could even drill down even further, right? So that would be cool if it does. So we'll get back to you on that, whether that will do that or not, and that may help things out. But one of the big things that they did change in version 24 is, you noticed, when you create a template, it saves it in the template location. You can press save, and it will update that document template. And before, it was a little kludgy. Sometimes it wouldn't do it as an ADT file. It would try to do it as a doc file. All that's cleaned up. This works really, really nice. So anytime you have anything that's redundant, highly recommend doing that. So let's cover mail merge really quickly. Now that you know how to create a template from scratch, take a template that you had from before, make some modifications, go save as, and save it as a different name with modifications to it, and then copy some content from another one and just putting it in a document and putting your merge codes in. You know how to do that. Now let's show you how to do a merge. So the first thing is, when you're going to do a merge, it's, well, who are you merging to? So you'll either want to do a lookup first, or you're going to want to have a group set up. And I'm just going to use this test one here. I've got a few, how many do I have here? 6 people in this little test one. So I'm just going to use a group. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go to write. I'm going to go to mail merge. Now, caveat here, sure, give me another error. All right, we don't know why that error popped up. It's a demo database. What can I say? One thing you want to do is, if you're going to do a mail merge to email, keep the numbers down. I would recommend no more than 50 emails at a time, because you don't want to get blacklisted. I've had some conversations lately where people were still using mail merge as opposed to the ACT marketing automation, the basic that comes with ACT. And they were sending it out, and they couldn't realize, or they couldn't understand why some places where they were getting all these bounce backs. They looked into it, found that they were blacklisted on a couple of places, and this was a few people that I've had this happen to. Talk to them about using the basic AMA where that's not going to happen, and now they're using that. But if by chance you're going to send out to a small group and you don't want to go and create a campaign and Act Marketing Automation to do that, this is the steps. So this little wizard's going to come up. The first question is, what's your output? How are you going to send this out? I'm either going to send this out through, I'm going to send it out through email. I'm going to send it out through word processor, which means it's going to put it into a Word document. Then I can print it off and do whatever I want with it. I can send it off to email. I can send it off to the printer. And if you've got a little add-in, you can send it off to fax. But you would need a specific add-in for that. So I'm going to do the first one with a Word document, so you see how that works. I'm going to go do an email, but I'm not actually going to send it out. So let's do word processor first. So that's the first question. What are you going to do? Next question. Well, what template are you going to use? Now you pull up, and here's your template folder. So in the advisor here, I've got all of these templates, and then I've got some preset ones. So here's a letter templates. And let's use the periodic review. And so now we've got the template. We go next. And who do you want to send this to? Current lookup? Well, I'm not going to send it to just Todd here. So I'm going to go and select a group. And I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the groups, to the ZZZ or ZZZ or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know why. Cast objects, share form, and a wizard. Okay. Next, let's see if this works with that error popping up. And it worked just lovely. Oh, so this actually, so we even have a little structure in this particular one. But you can see annual meeting review. Now, what it's doing is it's putting their information. You notice that in this particular one, I chose the wrong one because it didn't put their name in there, but it would merge their name into there, just like it's merged in the bottom part of that. So that's how the Word document works. It just merges it in, creates the documents, and off you go. The next one is going to do a merge, but it's going to go to emails. All right, so emails. Next, you're going to choose a template, and it'll remember the last template that you used. So you're going to go browse, and if it's a different template, like let's just say items needed, you go next. Who are you sending this to? Now again, you're going to send it to a lookup, current lookup, all contacts, which you probably will never use, and then either a group, and I'm going to choose this group. Going to go next. Now here's where it's going to ask you, what's the subject in here? So let's just call this, we'll just call it test 1, 2, 3. But let's just say this could be this is what the subject line would be when you send the email off. So you can just say, hey, thought you should be interested in, or here's whatever. You're giving them, information on that subject line. The next one is history. How do you want it to attach in history? So none is fine, but it's not going to record it. I would recommend at least one of them. The one I would not recommend is the last one. We're going to do subject, message, and attachments. And why you wouldn't attach that is, let's say you're attaching a PDF file that you're sending to a bunch of people. Well, that's going to attach that PDF file in however many times you send that email out, or to whom, how many people are going to be recipients of that email. And so if you send it off to 100, there's going to be 100 copies of that PDF file in your attachment folder, and it's going to start to bloat exponentially. So I don't recommend this one. Subject to message is fine. Subject is the one I personally would use in the past, and just have subject, because the subject's going to tell it all, right? It's going to say what it is. But if it's a little obscure, the subject line, you can always do subject and message. And I would use one of these two, but not this last one. So I'm just going to choose the recommended one. And if you want a return receipt, you can check that off. The only thing with a return receipt, it's not like the Act Marketing Automation where it does ping everything back. This return receipt is if they say it's okay to do a return receipt when they get the email. and then you go next. And then you've got a couple of selections here. Omit records from the email merge. Those records from the email merge, those are ones that don't have email addresses like it states up at the top here. And then you have some other choices. The default one is fine. And then you go next and then finish, and it's going to send those emails off. And it does exactly the way the other one. It merges it, but you don't get to view it. So unlike the document where you get to actually see what it looks like before you print, this just sends it off. So make sure you're happy with what the template looks like first before you send it off. It's kind of like even in Act Marketing Automation. We always send a test sample to ourselves first before we actually send out an email blast. And that way you're ensuring that the formatting, the layout, you double check the grammar and all the text you've got in here, and then you're good to go. So that is what you need to do for that. I think we've covered everything else in the merge. Yeah. So let's just go over here and let me change this to Jared. Jared, any other thoughts before we wrap it up? In your experience?
I think that's some good stuff. I think a lot of the hardest part, it sounds like, or at least in my experience, is just setting up these templates. But then that streamlines your process, so you can send off documents and things and emails to people quickly about the particular things you're doing, whether it's like if you're in insurance, sending off a policy or a quote proposal. If you have it all set up in a document like this where you just pull it from a document, it just makes it a lot quicker for you to send those out to people rather than doing it from scratch every time. So
yeah,
we use just time saver.
Yeah, we use this all the time. Like all our quotes, we do the merge the document, and then save it as a PDF. We save the document, save the PDF. Jared, you use this for non-disclosure agreements, service agreements. So we use the templates a lot. We don't necessarily do them with email, but in the past I did. But mainly creating documents and saving them as PDF, and then emailing the PDF, the custom PDF that's been merged in there.
Well, even just having a welcome email, like you don't have to have tons of emails, but you can have different things set up. You could have just a certain document set up, or you can have an email that you set up a welcome email, or all sorts of things you can just set up, and then it just streamlines how your company operates, and sending off documents and stuff to people makes it faster.
Yeah.
Because that just bogs time. It takes time having to do it every custom thing every time. You have to write out and send to people.
Exactly. And like you said, Jared, the hardest part is actually creating the templates. Like some of my templates that I use for proposals, they're huge. Like they're many pages. And so it takes some time. But I have shaved off so much time in creating proposals by doing that, spending the time formatting it, getting the way, and probably most of you have seen some of my proposals. Those are all templates. Everything in there is templates, and it'll merge into your company and your name in where it needs to be, and it just works really good. And Richard says, thanks for the info on merging. Yeah, merging is great. Again, pick your battles where you want to do them. But if there's anything you're doing repetitiously, like I've done agreements, I've done legal agreements, non-disclosure agreements, contracts, anything that you can think of that you would do on a regular basis, and then just go put the merge codes in. And in fact, Jared even uses in the table structure, and let me just go back here for a second. So in here, you can even, and I'm going to do this is again advisor template, but let me just give you an example. I can take off one of these subtables, and Matt has created a mail merge right in with a Word document in here too. So when Jared sends out renewal notices for subscriptions and stuff, he does it from here. He merges it all from here. So you can take items that aren't necessarily linked to a contact. Now, this isn't natively. This part here is a subtable, and this is a custom merge thing that we've done. But you do have the ability to pull from other other tables if you need to, and you want to be able to to set something like this up. So you're not limited to just mail merging from a contact. You could mail merge from other tables, but you would need this little add-on to do that. So just so you're aware. But for most people, most of the stuff that I do, it's all based on the contact, not any subtable. Jared happens to do more of the subtable stuff. All right. Let's see. Jared, I see something came in here. Do you see that from Richard? Let's see. What does he say here? Syncing my remote database. Have a glitch after. Okay, Richard.
We'll get in there.
Yeah. So
I can talk. I can speak with Matt in support. I know that they have had some few glitches with it there. I know a lot of people have their syncing schedule set up. So I'll reach out to Matt on that.
Yeah, that's a glitch. That sounds like that little add-on. That's probably the add-on, right, for him. Yeah. Sorry, we'll take that offline. The syncing is not really related to what we're talking about. But thanks, Richard, for popping that in there. We'll chat with Matt about that since you've done your update there. Awesome.
We'll get that
awesome.
Fixed.
Yep. That's a simple one. Well, folks, it's we've taken you a little bit longer than we wanted to. We try to keep these at 30 minutes, but we went a little bit longer today. Hopefully this has been helpful. Probably would have been shorter if we wouldn't have had a few glitches ourselves. But hopefully this has been helpful for you. Leave any comments that you have or any questions you may have in the comments area, or shoot an email off to me or Jared. We'd be happy to answer any questions. I will get back to you on the merging to an email, because that should be working. And like Jared said, it may be just some permissions in our VDI environment. We'll have to see what that's all about. But we'll cover that next time. We'll just go through it. We've got some really cool stuff we're going to be showing you in the next few live streams. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you have a great rest of this long weekend that's coming up, and enjoy the weather if you've got good weather. And if you're not, well, take an umbrella with you. And we'll catch you on the next one. All the best, my friends. Bye for now. Bye, Jared.